if you've been following the Instagram or the Telegram, you know that we moved last week. We are now in Clay County, Alabama. Better property, you know, bigger house, bigger shop that I can expand Paxton Creek Supply in. In addition with that, we got woods and a creek and a little bit more property that we can run around and do stuff on. So things are moving more or less. You know, if my posting's getting a little bit more spaced out, and I apologize for that, but you know, 2 kids, wife, new house, I got stuff to do, you know what I'm saying? But anywho, if you can gather from the previous shots that you just saw, today's subject is going to be the Dutch 60-liter Sting rucksack. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this off and get you guys a closer shot. I do not carry these. I got this from Commando Store. Shocker, I buy from other surplus companies out there. These are a Dutch import. Now, some of you may have seen this if you are following Commando Store's YouTube when they announced the Niemoller rig webbing that they were doing with Martin Niemoller, or I'm sorry, Johan Niemoller down in South Africa, in recreating his webbing. They did some shots in that video of out on the prairies running around with spray painted rucksacks and the webbing, and a lot of guys were like, what is that webbing? Or I'm sorry, what is that rucksack in the picture, in the movie, right? If you go down into the YouTube comments, you got to dig for it, but there is the answer there. This is that rucksack. They were using the black version, but the Dutch 60-liter Sting is what they were using. This one is the DPM version that I purchased from them when they were running a sale a couple months ago. I just got busy with the move and haven't been able to do the video, but we're going to do that now. So they are not affiliated with me. I'm not affiliated with them. They did offer, they send out an email if you're part of the list. They're like, hey, if you review a product, we'll give you $1 or $2 off your next purchase. And I'm like, I can do that. So if they see this, cool. If not, then whatever. This is the DPM 60-liter version. There's a couple different versions of Dutch packs. This one, you guys are going to see, the next one down is the 40-liter, which has a huge buckle in the middle. And then the Sting, this is a 60-liter. The next one is the Sting Ray, which has a zippered sleep compartment, but it's about the same size. And then they go up all the way to 120 liters with the different versions. This would have been out, I believe, in the late 90s-ish, give or take. And this is a copy of the Low Alpine Sting that the Dutch did purchase a couple of before they swapped over to, I'm going to probably butcher the pronunciation, ARWY, A-R-W-Y, which is a manufacturing facility that took over the design to make it a little bit cheaper. So right off the rip, if you have the Low Alpine version of it, those ones are more desirable. The easiest way to tell is, number one, there's a tag right inside of the lid that is going to say Low Alpine or ARWY, and then there's some snaps on here scattered around under the lid, little metal snaps. If they have low embossed on them, obviously you have low, but this is the issued ARWY version of the pack. And I am wearing the Commando Store P84 version 1 chest rig along with it. This pack is actually decent if you're going to be running belt kit, for one simple reason. It has adjustable straps. So on the back here, there's a series of Velcro that you can pull loose, and then the straps slide up and down, and you can adjust it to have a lower ride height or a longer torso ride height. You can wear it with or without belt kit. You can wear it with the chest rig, obviously. There is two, it's not an external frame pack, it's an internal frame pack with 2 aluminum stays that you can contour to your back by just bending them a little bit back and forth, and you can get a better fit, especially if you're wearing something like plate carrier and whatnot. The pack itself, the main body, is 60 liters, and each of these rocket pouches on the sides here are 10 liters, so you have a total capacity of 80 liters in total. The pack itself is 60 liters. The pack does not have a lot going on. We got some webbing on the front so you can attach a number of pouches and what have you. We have some side compression straps, which are underneath the rocket pouches. I'm going to show you in a minute. We have the top closure straps. We have bottom straps. Let me see if I can get those for you. We have 2 bottom straps, so we can really cinch this bag down and secure whatever we want in it, or we can attach sleeping rolls or tents to the outside that we don't want to put on the inside. We have 1 external pocket, which is on the lid here, and it is a zippered pocket on the top of the lid, as you can see here. The packs do come with these 4 of these straps, 2 for each of the rocket pouches, and they will be attached through this piece of rubber out here, so you can put any additional lashing on the side there. I don't particularly need them, so I just took them off and laid them in that pocket, get them out of the way. On the top of the lid, we have 4 attachment points, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the very bottom, we have 2 loops. What exactly these are for, I'm not sure, because I'm not in the Netherlands or in the Dutch Army. If you happen to know what you guys use those particular items, particular loops for, go ahead and let me know. We do have a name tape field for Velcro for name tape, the loop section for hook and loop fasteners, so we can put a name tape across the top here. Opening the bag itself, it doesn't have any internal dividers of any kind except for one. There is a hydration pouch sewn onto the back that you can put a 100-liter hydration pouch in. Simple drawstring closure that you can pull tight. On the inside of the lid, there is a zippered pocket, so you can access the same pocket that you access on the outside. You have 2 ways to get inside of it, but the pack is very, very simple. The straps are nothing to crow about. They are utilitarian. They are not too thick. They are not too wide. They are, I think, in the perfect middle right there. The frame, or I'm sorry, the straps do have a yoke shape to them, which is extremely comfortable. We have a very large drag handle up top and then load lifters. You should, if you're remotely normal, even if you're short or tall, you should be able to adjust this pack to fit you very nicely, because let me stick this up here. The amount of adjustment in this Velcro strap that controls the height of these straps is insane. Like, you can get this up and down a fair ways. On the waist belt, I'm gonna try to get this out of the way. The waist belt is not removable. However, it is easily folded back behind you if you don't want to be using it. It does not, it almost makes the lumbar pad just a little bit bigger, a little bit nicer against your back. Now, you'll have the buckles, you have to figure out where you want to put them, but we have adjustment here that we can tighten up the belt. We can, of course, adjust it the normal way with the 1.5 to 2 inch webbing up front. So, pack itself, very, very simple. Now, I know most of you European guys know this. The rocket packs on the side here, the rocket pouches, is the European way. The British, the Dutch, a couple other nations have a similar design of working out assault packs. So, you know, you want to drop this and leave it in a cache with your main supplies, and you just want to take your assault pack. There's 2 zippers on each side here. We go ahead and unzipper each one of these pockets, and we already have the included shoulder straps attached. Now, these are removable. They pop right off, pop on if you don't want to have them attached. But we're going ahead and pop both of those off for now. You guys can see the pack itself is the 60-liter compartment. And we have 2 compression straps on each side that are hidden by those rocket pouches that we can now access and tighten down and what have you. They do work whenever the pouches are on the side here, because it's just zippered up the sides. You have a pass-through if you want to stick an axe or something. It'll work just like an owl system or a similar pack. So the main pack itself, we're going to go ahead and lay this off to the side. We now have 1 each of these rocket pouches. Now, we can, with the Dutch yoke system, with the English yoke system, You can use these as like a single large GP pouch. It will attach to the back of your yoke right on the middle of your back. However, we're going to use them together here. So these shoulder straps, obviously you can see that's on an angle there, going from one corner to the next. We're going to lay them down beside each other, and we're going to zipper them together real quick. Flip this over. Get that lined up. Come on. There we go. So now we have an assault pack. And we can go about our business. Try to get you guys an idea of how that looks. So, real quick, real simple. The Dutch ARWY rucksack, the 60-liter version, the Sting rucksack. This one came from Commando Store, not affiliated again, as well as the chest rig that I'm wearing. I wore the combination you see me wearing right now, the rocket pouches along with the P84. I took this to American Mail Sim this past, what was it? Not this last weekend, the weekend before. And I ran around for 2 days with this combination. Yes, I would not load these rocket pouches up past, 15, 20 pounds. Treat them like a day pack. That's all that they're going to be. If you're in a particularly hot climate, like the next couple months here in Alabama is going to get, it's one big piece of fabric on your back. It's going to heat you up. There's no frame or anything to this, just like most assault packs. It does not have any stiffeners like the decent ones do, but keep it lightweight, like 10 pounds, 15 pounds, maybe 20 pounds, depending on what you need to put in. Put in a jacket, put in some food, put in some water. It's not a bad setup. And the straps have a decent amount of adjustment. They come apart fairly easily if you want to pull them all the way out like that, but you got a decent amount of adjustment. Try to get that on the picture there. And that's just threaded through a tri-glide up at the top, so you can take these off and stow them away in the main pack. They go back on, simple zipper, done. So you guys have any questions about the rucksack? I'm not carrying these yet. I'm going to try to find a supplier and try to get some for my own store. But right now, Commando Store is the place to get them. I forgot to mention, there is at the bottom here, there is like a water bottle pouch, but it's more like a rifle buttstock holders. What it's reminded me of. You could definitely get a water bottle in there and cinch it down. Make sure you dummy cord that if you're running it without these pouches on here to give some pressure on the top of your canteen, because I'm not very confident that your water bottle wouldn't fall out of that. But there are two pockets on each side right at the bottom, curved with the bottom. I just forgot to put it on the end of that video. So like I said, Commando Store is where I got this one. You can get this from a number of suppliers. I'm not carrying them yet. I'm going to try to get some here soon. But yeah, any questions, drop them below. Enjoy.